Hey everybody, what's going on? I know I rarely do post videos, um, or anything unless it's Monday or like it's a shout out Saturday. But I decided I wanted to switch something up with this video, and I feel like it needs to be addressed to everybody because I feel like it's relatively relevant to many of you out there, other than myself or those who are in my immediate circle. And if you're watching my immediate circle, do not think that I am projecting business because I am being really vague and really general in terms of what I'm about to say. So the topic that I wanted to touch on today, and I wrote it down, I'm sorry if I'm looking away, but the topic that I wanted to touch on today is of one of three things. Um, I've written the first two of them down. But I had written a Facebook post, and I know everything goes on Facebook nowadays because it seems to be our only venting system we have, apparently. Aside from Twitter and aside from Instagram and aside from all the other social networks, Facebook is a major network that everybody uses to interact and connect with many people. Along with MySpace, for the most part, what stays relative in spotlight is Facebook and its users or whatever. So anyway, back to the post. I wrote this post saying that we are bringing this disagreement to a close, therefore concluding this endless chapter, and we will take up the pen to the paper and begin a new journey incorporating our newly found understanding, knowledge, and perspective. We'll push forward and show others that we can defeat the situation and not let it defeat us as a white flag of surrender. It starts here with ourselves, and before transpiring energy, time, and emotion into and with others. And that brings me to the topic of, if you cannot handle the internal situation present in your lifetime, that goes to show that you are not able to handle the world that you wish would change for the better when it starts with you and your circle. I know it's a mouthful, but I feel like that's the only way I can word it. Because wordplay is important in how people perceive things. This video might be a little lengthy, and I apologize, but I feel like this really needs to be addressed because there's too much going on in our personal daily lives on different levels, yes, and in different walks of life. But I feel like if we can find a common connection, we can help one another. But what I have to say on this topic is that it all boils down to ourselves. If we can make peace within ourselves and resolve some issues and situations with ourselves and with the people around us, then slowly but surely can we create a better environment for ourselves. I'm not going to say the world, because that's like trying to tackle and headbutt all the problems that are going on all at once, and it's really difficult to do. So we're going to make this video about focusing on ourselves and our circle. I feel like if you have and you can feel free to agree or disagree, that if you have a faith-based connection, when I say faith-based, I mean like if you have a spiritual past, and you've embraced it and you've incorporated it into your lifestyle, then you should be able to use that as your vehicle in helping you shape your environment and those that you wish to be a part of with someone else. And that should be helping you as your basis in terms of where you would like to see yourself within this world and how you would like to see yourself being carried throughout this world, and and how people will receive you and take you in, and the only way to do that is with yourself. Now, to each his own with ways of how you go about finding yourself, whether that's through writing like I do, or if that's through your spiritual faith-based connection that you have with your higher authority or divine parent or whatever it is that you call it, that should be an instrument. That should be the key instrument that you have. And if you don't have a faith-based connection and wish to develop one, then don't feel intimidated to check out other relationships or delve into an understanding or learn about something. You know, don't be ashamed to say that, hey, look, you're questioning and you want to not feel suckered in or fall into something. But if you feel like, you know, there's something that's relative and it sends a good signal to you and you can vibe with it, then by all means go for it. You know, not everything works for everybody, but you know, religion doesn't work for everybody, but there are a few that it would work for. So I say go for it. And I'm gonna be personal with y'all real quick. Like, I come from a background of family members who have strong faith in their religion. I'm not going to say with the religion because I don't want people to be disrespectful of it. But I will say this: they have a strong spiritual basis and understanding of their religion and their faith. That it helps orient them into, like, you know, how they should carry themselves and so forth. The only thing is that it kind of hinders them in a sense. Most religions hinder our interaction. But I feel like it kind of hinders it to the point where I can't relate to it because there are just some things that don't really vibe or mesh well with me. So I'm trying to find where I can find a common connection in how to relate to their faith and religion and so forth. And if I cannot, then I cannot. I'm not going to try to force it or anything. But what I'm trying to say is that if you have your faith, use it as your vehicle to orient and guide yourselves into what direction that you would like to see yourself going in. The second thing that I wrote down is, if two kindred spirits can intertwine and accept one another as they are on all levels, whether it's intimate or romantic or spiritual, emotional, mental, etc. levels, then why can you not accept yourself and build yourself using your faith as a structure of guidance? I kind of jumped ahead in terms of when I said about faith-based and stuff like that. But the first half, which is basically if you can commit yourself to another person and accept them as they are, obviously that goes to show that you have accepted yourself for you, and they have accepted yourself for you, and not the representation of you that you first gave off. Like, you learned about one another. You you vibe well with that person. If you can commit yourself to that, then why can you not feel like you cannot handle the baggage that comes with it? Because everyone comes from different walks of life and they all have ongoing disputes. If you can make that commitment up here and in here, then why can you not accept it in here for yourself? I know that everybody has their all different meanings of living, but if you've accepted your meaning of living here for that person, God forbid, passes away today or tomorrow, then what? We don't need another tragic case of Romeo and Juliet where they both slay themselves because of how their families feel in an ongoing situation that doesn't even involve them, and then the feud is forgotten about. Let's close that chapter of that feud and move on, because life does not stop. The world does not stop spinning because of that situation. And I know that people will be like, well, dang, that's harsh, but that is true. Imagine if everybody had that reaction where we all just kill ourselves off. That's the end of the human race, and then what? I guess that higher power is just going to start over. We don't know because we've always been killed ourselves, and you know, it's hey, so again, if you can accept that person and commit yourself to that person and take the time out, that year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to understand, or at least learn to understand, excuse me, to learn and understand about the person, then you can take that same amount, even if it takes a lifetime for you to learn and understand yourself until the day that you pass. Because it's sad nowadays that it's either you're in jail or you're dead, that people can come together and pay respect to one another and say that they've forgiven. It has to take death for you to forgive someone. No, it shouldn't, because that's really bad. It doesn't go to prove that you can be the bigger person that you claim yourself to be. It does not validate the point that you are an adult. It doesn't validate anything. It just validates that it takes death for you to move forward and say, let's move beyond this. That's extremely sad. Like, I don't want to be on my deathbed saying, I forgive this person, I forgive this person. Let me tell you something. And like I told my brother, my grandfather. Not everybody was cool with my grandfather, but my grandfather was kind of mean in his last days, and he was, like most elderly people, when they get upset or whatever, they feel as though they need to project it onto others or whatever type of way it is that they feel, and he was feeling like that. I'm not saying all elderly people. I've seen for those who are in their last days and they're unhappy, they're in pain. They've been in pain all their lives, whether they accepted it or not. Everybody's like, oh, he's out of his misery, and everybody's all at the funeral in their own zone and feelings, and I'm just like, it took death for me to realize I could forgive him. No. Actually, I forgave him before his dying days. Like, I saw past his exterior and his feelings of being rude and stuff like that. I looked beyond that. So, I was able to accept him and let the good memories outweigh the bad, and to just not give up on him. And then he left. And now he's not in pain anymore. He doesn't feel bitter and miserable and not making everybody else feel some type of way. There's peace. So yeah, to sum this video, this 12-minute and 40 some odd second video up, that we all need peace within ourselves, and it starts with us in our circle before we can say let's tackle the world. So please, 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 I know that sounds like I'm asking for a perfect world, but we need to, if we call ourselves family, then we need to start acting like it. For real. That goes for me too. Everything that I'm saying, that applies to me. I'm not going to sit here and talk you till you blue in the face, till I'm blue in the face, for you to understand what I'm saying. For you to internalize and understand for real. Not just know, understand what I'm saying. So, I would like some feedback from y'all. I apologize for this video being so long, but I would like to hear from y'all and what y'all got to say. And, you can comment, subscribe, like, whatever, to express yourself, because I've expressed myself so I'm blue in the face, and now it's your turn to let me know what you think. So, hit me up and let me know what you have to, what you got to say, alright? I love y'all. Stay safe out there. It's crazy. Alright?